off the corner. These cars don't just look fast, they are fast at this racetrack. 195, 98 miles an hour get down in the corner.
Earlier in our AT&T Crew Chief Challenge, we asked you which former NASCAR Nextel Cup champion has the best chance to catch points leader Jeff Gordon. How did you vote? Johnson, Stewart, Kurt Busch, Kenseth? Wow, Tony Stewart gets 33%. Pretty close, though. Jimmy Johnson got 30%, and then Kenseth up 32%. So very, very close among those three guys.
That was a pretty tough one right there. All four of them are really good cars. But you know what? Popularity comes into this vote a lot. A lot of people liking how Tony Stewart's driving in this controversy. Mike?
And really no surprise the way Tony's driving right in the middle of this championship chase, Rusty. Really hard and aggressive. He said before this race that he's going for broke. He faced a huge points deficit, 154 points back, but was drawing some clear inspiration from what Jimmy Johnson did a year ago, rallying in the last 5 races to win the championship. They've been fighting a tight condition all evening long, but making incremental changes with wedge and air pressure adjustment, and suddenly it appears the 20 car has come to life, guys.
These guys were really not where they needed to be in the practice sessions. Matter of fact, somebody told me Tony Stewart sat in his car for quite a while after the practice was over, just sitting in there trying to figure out what they needed to do, because they went back and made a bunch of changes. We heard them talk about before the race that they knew they weren't going to be just right, but they were going back to some stuff that they knew worked, and they may have to adjust on the car. Man, it's come to life now.
Well, Andy, in the countdown show before this race, I think that's what you're referring to. You know, I never heard Tony Stewart really act like that before. Kind of unsure. We tried a lot of different things. Let's hope it works. And he said that later on in the race is when he feels like the car is going to be the very best.
He was aggressive, too. He passed that 12 car, man. I thought he was going to get inside of him. I don't believe I want to get too close to that guy right now.
What a chase. 8 of the top 10 drivers right now are chase contenders. The only 2 in the top 10 who aren't in the chase, Ryan Newman in 7th. Now, of course, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. right there with him in 8th position. Back up front, Jimmy Johnson trying to go back around the dodge of Kurt Busch, and Kurt says, not so fast, my friend. Oh, the sandwich of Newman racing all over as they go by the 24 car. That is for 7th spot.
You see Carl Edwards now kind of sneaking up in his mechs. He's been working on this car throughout the night, getting it better and better. We're watching a monitor here upside our ABC booth. And he keeps getting quicker every time also. Every pit stop, car goes faster.
How about Kurt Busch not letting Jimmy Johnson retake the lead too easily, battling back and just pulling back in front of him?
I think he knows every lap that he keeps him back there that, he doesn't let Jimmy Johnson get out there and get a big lead on him. This will change over. This outside groove will come around, and it'll be faster after they run about 30 laps. And so you see now Jimmy Johnson gets him cleared.
Right now, Jimmy Johnson would be our chase points leader, and Kurt Busch would actually gain 2 spots all the way up to 5th position. Right side of your screen, battle for 7th again. Look at the 99 just come sailing in there, Carl Edwards.
And that's what Carl Edwards' car looked like last night in the Busch Series race, just right on the bottom of the track, fast as lightning, and just kept getting faster, it seemed like, Andy, with every turn of the wheel.
152 laps of 334. We're moving toward the halfway point. Jimmy Johnson, our leader. Back at Lowe's Motor Speedway, trouble for one of our chase contenders and one of the top cars here tonight, the 17 of Matt Kenseth. Hard contact into the wall. Alan, what happened?
Matt had come on the radio since the restart, Doc, and talked about being way out of control with the back end of the car. He's talked about possibly having a problem. Now he's called in and said he thinks the right rear was going down for that spin. The car being so loose, meaning the back end is out of control that he can't drive it. And so Matt Kenseth's day has gone from bad to considerably worse here.
Matt Kenseth had back-to-back 35th place finishes, then 26 last week. 17 car damage. You see Robbie Reiser there talking to Matt. Just a few laps earlier, watch the 17 car. Got a little sideways in the corner.
Man, he's chasing.
Whoa. Well, that is big loose right there. Looks like he might have started feeling something right there. It looks like the right rear tire's still up, though.
Now watch him just trying to hang on to it here. In this one, it was just no way of catching it.
Gosh, right up there at the Exeter turn 4 again. Let's follow along here with him. Looks like he's starting to get loose as the car goes towards the flat of the front straightaway.
Stay on it. On that brake.
Oh.
Wow.
In the straightaway. He almost had it saved. He spun it off. This is a big hit for Matt Kenseth. He's all the way down to 12th in the points right now, and our monitors will show him 417 points behind. Alan.
Well, Kurt Busch is going to pit from second place, and this time they're going to take 4 tires and gasoline, get the car set up for a long run. They've tried to keep this car up in good track position all night with 2 tire stops a couple times. We'll see what happens further down pit road. There are the 4 tires going on this 2 car. Mike?
Greg Zipadelli just asked Tony Stewart if he could do any more for him to help him with the tight condition, and Tony said, no, we need to keep it the way it is. No adjustments, just 4 tires and fuel. Let's go to Jamie.
Jimmy Johnson said his car is still tight. You're seeing them right there. They're working extra long. They're putting another spring rubber in, costing him another couple of spots perhaps, and 4 tires. Dave?
Clint Boyer said the car is fine, don't touch it. Well, they did. They put on 2 right side tires, filled it full of fuel. Doc, how they do race up pit road.
Boyer with those 2 right side tires. You heard from Dave, gains a couple of spots. Bobby Labonte up 13 positions. McMurray up 14 spots. And you see Mark Martin gaining 10 positions. Some tire strategy. And we'll find out how they gain those spots, because you heard Andy Petrie talk at the top of the show. Pit strategy could be critical to get your driver up in the chase in the hunt. We'll find out what they did when we come back after these messages and a word from our ABC station. This telecast is available on ABC HD, presented by DLP HD TV. Under caution for the 7th time tonight. Wondering how some of these cars gained so many spots like Jamie McMurray. Let's show you exactly what happened on pit road, courtesy of Michael Klein, his Jackman wearing our crew cam.
See the Jackman jack up the right side, and you're going to see what they did to get this track position. It's actually what they didn't do. They didn't change left side tires. Down and away.
Also only taking 2 tires. Mark Martin gained a bunch of spots. And Bobby Labonte also in the 43 car only changed 2 tires all the way up to 2nd position. So it is Boyer the leader, Bobby Labonte driving for the King, Richard Petty in 2nd spot, Martin 3rd, Kurt Busch 4th, and Jamie McMurray in 5th spot. Some of the guys have 2 tires, we told you, some of them have 4. Let's see how they can hang on. Pace car pulling away as we listen in and go full throttle to the spotters.
Pace car's off. Get ready. You ready? Let's be ready. Ready? Ready? Green flag, green flag, green flag. Looking inside, looking inside, Good job, Jack. Be ready for some more action here. Go after me. Clear low, keep digging. Watch your outside. Clear right now, clear, still clear.
Boyer's got his hands full. Bobby Labonte up high. How about the 8 car of Earnhardt? He is in the fray as well.
Oh, man, I tell you, these restarts, I just love watching them, because every time these guys go, Earnhardt goes to the top and just scrapes along that wall, passes those cars. It does look like rush hour, Andy.
Inside the 25. Good job, Mr. Lumber. All clear.
Casey Mears, who won here back in May in the 25 car on the bottom, running just about even with Earnhardt Jr. 4th position. That's for 13th spot. Whoa, right up in front of Earnhardt Jr., John Andretti in the 49 car.
That's a good way to get crashed right there. Wow.
And 8 car Dale Jr., he's got to give him a break. The 49 and Andretti's car's a little loose right now. He's got to get off his bumper. Guy's doing all he can do. He just needs to get out of the way right now and just can't seem to get down.
Junior's going to move him if he does it again.
Pretty good battle here. The 20 car of Stewart and the 5 car of Kyle Busch. That is for 7th position, and Stewart takes it away. More on Kyle Busch with Dave.
And guys, Kyle Busch has been running the low line and the high line. The car works in both situations. Here's what he said on his radio just a little bit ago about how to strategize with that.
I know I can go fast on the top right now, but when I do that, I always over push the right front and build it up and kill it. As long as I stay patient and ride the bottom, keep the right front fire, and then when all those guys go to hit, I go to the top. And we're on them. I like it. I like it. Man with a plan.
That's right, the crew likes it. Now, the last run wasn't long enough to employ that strategy completely, but they are going to monitor that, and KB knows he can go high late if he wants to.
Sounds like a man with a plan.
Yeah, I like the way he's thinking right now, Kyle Busch. He's running many restarts right now. He's run some runs. He keeps seeing the same trend happen with this car. He said, okay, finally I've got this thing figured out. I'm going to take care of that right front tire and use it when I need to. And the reason we're talking about the right front tire, that's the one that always gets abused the most.
There's a lot more to being a great race car driver than just being able to stand on the gas and turn the steering wheel. You got to be able to think about what's going on the racetrack while you're doing that.
Well, Andy, time after time, if you keep having problems with the same thing, you're not going to keep doing it again. And he's realized what happened.
21 car, Bill Elliott. See the 11 car on the right side of your screen. Denny Hamlin. Trying to take the high side to go by Scott Riggs for position.
Haven't talked about Denny Hamlin much tonight. He's in a 16th position, trying to get that car to the front. He's another fella where the car hasn't handled too good tonight, and he's had to stay working on it throughout the night.
Hamlin was the big gainer at Talladega in terms of the chase points. He finished 4th at Talladega and moved up 3 spots all the way to 9th. Still got quite a ways to go.
Splitting these cars here going 3 wide. Pretty racy.
Jeff Green, you just saw on the left of your screen, the 66 car had a really good run last week at Talladega. And by the way, they gave him a lap back here just a little while ago during one of the caution flags because they had held him and he got a lap down. NASCAR gave it back to him on the racetrack.
That's pretty gracious. That usually doesn't happen with NASCAR. I mean, if they know they're dead wrong, they'll do it. But
it never happened with me, I can tell you that.
4th place, Jimmy Johnson going by Mark Martin. Remember, Martin only got 2 tires on that pit stop.
But Martin needed to do this. Mark did a smart move right there, him and his team, by just getting the track position, getting the car up front right now, because he was kind of in the back of the pack, and he's in 5th right now, and it's a smart move.
31 and 12. This is for 10th position. Jeff Burton trying to move to the outside and go around our pole sitter, Ryan Newman, and he will take that spot away.
Now, if I was Ryan Newman, I'd be down in Kurt Busch's pits talking to the guys. What kind of air pressure are you guys running? Obviously, the 2 car seems to be running faster than 12 right now. And that's where teamwork can really come into play. Trying to get the car adjusted to get it as quick as your teammate.
It's like Johnson's got his car adjusted up right. Doesn't seem to matter if he goes back in this traffic. He can just pick them off one at a time and get back up to the lead just like he was.
Guys, all night long, we haven't seen the 2 car out of the top 5. He's been in the top of that racetrack consistently throughout the night and been in this hunt throughout the night.
How good is Jimmy Johnson? Check out our sprint speed lap, and you see that he's, as typical, sprinting back toward the front. Last lap for Johnson, 181.580, and the leader's last lap, that was Clint Boyer, still just under 180 miles an hour.
Won't be long, he'll have that lead back. Clint Boyer's doing a great job leading the race. Bobby Labonte is 2nd. These guys, the Clint Boyer car got 2 tires on that last pit stop. Seems to be working fine for him.
Yeah, and that's the main reason the 48 car is running down 07 car at Clint Boyer now, because just better tires.
Clint Boyer, the newcomer to the chase, sitting 3rd in chase points, but right now sitting 1st in the lead here in the Bank of America 500.
We come back to the track under caution after Elliott Sadler has crashed. We'll show you that in a moment. First, here are the leaders on pit road and another round of strategy since it's only been a little while since they were here before. Kurt Busch, right side tires only on the 2. He'll have to dodge the traffic still coming in as he goes out. Mike?
And a gutsy move already being made by Greg Zipadelli. Fuel only on the 20 car. And a near collision on pit road with Tony Stewart and Paul Menard.
And Jimmy Johnson saying they're taking a rubber out. 4 tires for him. He said that his fender's hitting the track on the right side just a bit. Dave?
You could see it on the bottom of the triple split. No tires for Clint Boyer this time. Just top it off with fuel. Car's good, he said.
Guys, the contact there with a 20 and 9 on pit road as Casey Kane was trying to get in and a 20 was trying to get out, and there's damage on the right front of the 20 car of Tony Stewart. There he comes off of pit road. See the damage where the contact was on the right front.
I was knocked out.
Now watch what happens in this pit stop.
He's coming out of the pits just getting fuel. This is always risky. Now you see, real close call. Got a little damage from this little contact and then pulls back out and then hits the 9 car.
And that is the problem by making such a fast pit stop. Everybody's trying to pit. Tony's in and out, and these guys are trying to get in their pits. And then you think that's bad. Here it comes again. Tony's like, I feel like a pinball out here. This is unbelievable.
Bobby Labonte got pinned in his pit also.
Now the big question is how much damage on the right front of that 20 car. See, they finally get Casey King's car in the pits, and now Tony gets his refired and pulls away. Now the reason for this yellow flag, way ahead of the 31 car. Look up there, you'll see the 19 car of Elliott Sadler just get up and just pop the wall in turns 1 and 2.
Elliott just got in turn 1 too hot. Just looks like he overdrove the corner just a little bit. Got the rear end off underneath him. And there's no grip in these cars, guys. A real hard tire.